Contrary to what people believe, when you think of Sanford and Son, you don't always think of junk. Sometimes you think of that amazing cast. They had greats like Aunt Esther.
You can't talk yourself out of this one, you two-time and beady-head weasel-eyed fool.
Cool cats like Rollo Lawson, and everyone's favorite friend, Grady Wilson.
She picked up a glass one time and threw it at him and broke all his teeth.
Grady, how could she break all of his teeth?
His teeth were in the glass.
And most importantly, Fred and Lamont. But one thing fans don't think of is the young cast members. Sanford and Son was never a kid-friendly program, but did have a handful of child actors.
That's pretty smart of you jacking up the price like that. You're nice, amigo. Give me 5.
No, give me 10.
15.
This is a hold-up.
Listen, how'd you get in here?
So on today's show, we'll take a look at the kids that helped bring out the grandfather feel from Fred Sanford. Edward Crawford. He played the son of Lamont's one-time fiancée, Janet Lawson. His name was Roger.
The king just sold a customer some junk. I got $10 for that nice lamp with the clock in it.
You got $10 for that old lamp? Nice going, Roger. What else?
Although he wasn't the first kid to play Roger, he was the one everyone thinks of, appearing in 3 out of the 4 episodes the Roger character starred in. Edward was born in November of 1962. His older sister, Serge Crawford, even appeared in a show once, Adam 12. Crawford was born in Los Angeles, California, and started acting at the very young age of 6, with his first show being in Season 3 of The Felony Squad. He made 2 appearances as different characters, but they were ironically both named Josh. Crawford would also appear in 2 episodes of The Bill Cosby Show with another Sanford and Son child actor in the show Julia. Crawford's first and only movie role was at the age of 10 in Cleopatra Jones. As we mentioned earlier, his sister appeared just in 1 show. Ironically, Crawford would appear on that show the very same episode as her, playing her brother in Adam 12. His most famous role would come as his last role in Hollywood as Roger in Sanford and Son.
Hi, Grandpa Fred.
Good.
I was just playing Cowboys and Indians.
Well, that's great. I'll be the Indian chief. Chief slap your fanny. Would you?
Not much can be found as to why Crawford left the acting world, but after Sanford and Son, he just faded away. Just 1 photo could be found with an updated picture of Edward Crawford. So he has been able to keep his life private. He is still alive today, and here in 2025, he's the age 63. Mark Copage. We all know Red Fox played the legendary character Fred G. Sanford, and that the character was named after his brother, Fred Glenn Sanford. But did you know there was a third person to have the name Fred G. Sanford? None other than Mark Copage. He played the young Fred Sanford in the Christmas episode Ebenezer Sanford.
Because that's what the future of this country is coming to. Junk.
Rarely talked about, Mark played his brief role to perfection, even down to his classic Fred Sanford walk. Mark found great success at a very young age, even before Sanford and Son, in the show Julia. But what did Mark go on to do after his brief role in Sanford and Son? Turns out, a lot. He would still continue to act as a youth in kids shows on ABC and popular shows such as Different Strokes. As he got older, he continued to work, this time in movies. Big hits like The Meg and even The Kid with Bruce Willis were few of the popular ones. Mark would even go on to direct, write, and produce. He is still with us today and staying very active. Remember the young kid in Sanford and Son? The one where everything went to his back pockets?
Pocket is bulging. Say, kid, what you got there in your back pockets?
Nothing, Mr. Sanford. That's me.
On the show Sanford and Son, his name was Jason. Fred didn't want him around.
Now look, now let the kid eat with us if he wants to.
Listen, Lamont, let him go home. Kids are just like cats. You feed him, and he'd be hanging around here forever.
But before you knew it, Fred couldn't get rid of him. He enjoyed the little guy and gave Fred that grandfather feel.
You're a great cook, Mr. Sanford. You know what? You ought to own your own restaurant.
Well, you mean that, huh? Well, look here. Why don't you take one of these next?
Who was this actor behind Jason? Before we get into that, Let's look at how he got into acting to begin with. He wanted to keep the family tradition going. The kid's name is Lincoln Kilpatrick Jr. You might have heard of his father, Lincoln Kilpatrick Sr. Lincoln Sr. had appeared in over 80 movies and shows, able to play in dramas like ER and Hill Street Blues, or comedy like The Jeffersons or Martin. The veteran actor started his career in 1968 and had been married since 1957. He and his wife had stayed together until he passed in 2004. Lincoln went on to have 5 children total. All 5 of his children had followed in their father's footsteps, either through acting, directing, composing, and even producing. They were all very successful. In fact, Lincoln Jr., his brother Eric, went on to star in The White Shadow, and ironically star with another Sanford and Son cast member, Ray Vitae, in the show Kojak. Eric, who had starred in The White Shadow, also got to appear in an episode with his dad, which is a pretty cool fact.
Yeah. I want to go in. You want to go in? Yeah. The hat of the shades.
So now let's get to Lincoln Jr. His movies and show list is much smaller than his family members. He appeared in just 5 movies and shows, his first being the TV series The Name of the Game. Lincoln Jr. was also in 2 movies, his first being Dead Man Tell No Tales. These were all in a 2-year span. So roles for him were not coming at a fast pace. But the next 2 parts he would go on to play might be the most
good. You're always supposed to wash your hands every time before you eat. And from the looks of you, you should have the cleanest hands in your block.
Lincoln Jr. would star in the number 2 rated show in America, Sanford and Son. He played the funny and memorable kid named Jason. He was a character that honestly should have had a few more appearances visiting the Sanford junkyard. Lincoln Jr. went on to have another very memorable role in the show Good Times. He would play the gang leader, Ratbone.
Ran out in action today, huh, bro? Good, Sanford. He's one of us now. You don't have to hurt him. Ratbone.
It was just 3 years after Sanford and Son's appearance, but Lincoln looked like a different person altogether. Gone was the chubby, friendly kid. Now he was taller, slender, and mean. It's a credit to Lincoln Jr.'s acting, showing his range while performing opposite ends of the spectrum. The following year, at the age of 16, Lincoln Jr. would appear in his final role, a movie called Alexander: The Other Side of Dawn. For personal reasons, as in it's not listed anywhere, Lincoln Jr. left the acting world. He did go on to USC in college and to be a successful person in life.
Lincoln Kilpatrick Jr. I'm with 80 Vine. We're at our party and I'm with Well Connected.
He does have a small amount of pictures and videos that he has shared on social media. From all he has shared with the public, Kilpatrick seems to have found happiness. And in the end, that's all any of us fans would ever want for him. Lincoln Jr. did more with one role than thousands of other actors have done with countless performances. He played a very memorable and beloved character that will last till the end of time. Manuel Carrasco. He played Julio's nephew.
Why you call them? I know I have to go home.
We can't send you home without a parent.
Roberto, ¿qué es lo que pasa?
Sadly, nothing can be found on Manuel. From his age, his place of birth, or even a picture. Sanford and Son was his only appearance in entertainment history. His acting was average, but not awful, so we can all only speculate why he was just one and done. This is a possible picture of Manuel most recently. They do have a slight resemblance. One thing we know for sure, Sanford and Son was his one and only appearance in television history. So that's it. That's basically the main cast of kid actors in Sanford and Son history. They all had some impactful roles. Some of them went on to do bigger and better things, while some of them just faded away.